Uh, yeah, we're recording. Morning, guys, or afternoon, wherever you're from. Thought I'd do a day 8 update. We have finished the lab for the day, priced everything, sold everything, took many, many hours to price and sell and sit and trade, and eventually what's done is done, right? So we'll move into the screen. If I could actually move myself out of the way of the currency, but there's not too much to see, I'll explain. Over here on this piece of text, this is what we sold yesterday. Big sales yesterday. Actually managed to find some good enchants. Normally I just don't find enchants. I'm not having the luck. I've done the lab for so long and I just never really get the enchants. Yesterday we had a really good day. We sold Cyclone Damage. These are on Devotos and might have even been a Star Conjures on a couple of them, or can't remember. A Cyclone damage for 3 Exalts. Tornado Shot damage for, I think it was actually 2x, yeah. Discharge damage for 2x, and I sold that Kingsmaker axe that I created, was it on day 2 or something, for an Exalt. So, if I just turn off autofocus so I'm not constantly blurring in and out, that is 5x, 7x, 8x. I think we spent probably one, maybe even 1.5 exalts on helmets, so deduct that. I think we ended up going from about 12x to about 12 or 15x, I can't remember what we were on, to 23 exalts. Probably the best day of the lab I've probably ever had, selling that much stuff, as well as the gems that were coming in and things like that. I converted half of my alks to, again, some chaos and some other things that I wanted. Bought some things for my character, which I'll show you. So we can reset this text now. We don't need this anymore. We can put that back up there for when I stream later on. If you want to support me when I stream, just tune in. Leave the stream on if you want to give me a view. If you want to support, you can Twitch Prime me or whatever you want to do. Now, our character got a little bit better. We hit level 90 whilst being in the lab, so you get an idea. I've been in the lab since level 75. I'm now level 90, so you can tell I've been in the lab quite a while. And yesterday, I discovered this mod called Focus. Having not really been in maps very much, I decided after the lab-in session, I sort of ended it early and I did some maps. My Atlas is 57. I've managed to do up to, I did a tier 11. I did some tier 11 corruptors last night, which felt fine. There was no real issue. And I unlocked a few mods. So originally, I had damage whilst leeching on these gloves. Now these gloves aren't the best. I could definitely improve them. But also looking on PoE trade, it is quite difficult to get this amount of life with 2 res, surprisingly. I don't know why, but apparently it is, especially with open socket for this. So this mod is 7% physical reduction whilst focused. Obviously, the clue is I get 7 phys reduction whilst I'm focused. There's nothing too complicated about it. What is interesting about this is I have where is it? I thought I had 2 focus mods. Oh yeah, I do. I have this, which is the 7% fizz reduction. Now, interestingly enough, Slayers kind of struggle on fizz days early on in the lab. However, I just realised I could craft, now that I've unlocked it, fizz reduction on this helmet. So, what I can now do, if for some reason it's like a double fizz day, and I really don't want to die, I can swap to this, my old helmet, which we saw that I made. And this also has 7 fizz reduction. So now what you'll see is if I focus, I go from effectively, obviously I'm standing still so it charges up, which isn't really helpful. I actually need to swap out of that Pantheon back to this one. But you have 42% damage reduction, but if you press R, you now have 56, so I'm getting 14 fizz reduction for 4 seconds, which isn't a long period of time, granted. However, in 4 seconds, because I do have a lot of damage, I will pretty much be safe and kill him in that time mixed with the Slayer Cull. So being able to go on to say Argus and press R and get a chunk of fizz reduction is nice. Personally, I don't need this extra 7% up here, and I don't really need this anymore, but it's just a quality of life type of thing that I figured, I could use that. The next upgrade we worked on was something a little bit different. I got this on my chest piece, the Fortify. So again, what Fortify does, and I didn't actually realise this, Fortify gives increased melee physical damage to the skill, and it gives Fortify duration. Now, and Fortify actually is more defensive. So I did try Fortify in my Cyclone, and it kind of works, but I do lose some damage. So I have 2 options that, effectively, if you look at my damage, it's unbuffed, I haven't got my auras on or whatever, and I've got increased AoE on, but I'm at 73k. If I put this in, sorry, let's do this. I'm at 50k, right? But if I get Fortify on this worm here, and then I press R, I'm at 72k. And it goes down to 56. So I actually could, for tougher fights, run Fortify in my Cyclone and then use focus mods to get damage back, which is an interesting idea that I've not really thought about. So there's some things that if I'm struggling in the end game, I might be able to tweak to make my character not the fastest killer, but a little bit more defensive. So, you know, if that's something to think about as well with your characters, that these focus mods can give you a burst of damage when you need them. So, again, the physical damage reduction could come in handy for tougher labs. So I removed off strength and quality, and I just put this on because I figured increased Fortify might just help. The last upgrade was my gems turned 20 quality, some of them, or level 20, because I've managed to make it to level 90 in the lab, so that was nice. Still could do with a few better flasks, like I could get a better one of these, get a perfect roll. But for the most part, I have been working on the character a little bit, and it's been going well, and I've been selling some enchants, and I've been having good fun. So again, I'm going to be I'm not sure how much more lab we're going to be doing, until I get bored, I guess. At the moment, I'm still enjoying it. But we've got some currency now. I had a really good day yesterday. And those are the upgrades that I've been working on. I can't really think of anything else other than actually this. I got double strike has a chance to deal double damage to bleeding enemies yesterday. And that is about 1 to 2 exalts if I remember. I don't have my macro thing on. So what I did was I got rid of War Chief because I was mapping, and I got a 5-link Val double strike. Now I'm not too sure what the best gems are for single target, but I have Maim, Ruthless, Melee Fizz, double strike obviously, and damage on full life. And my Herald of Ashes there. So I do have a 5-link Val double strike. Potentially, if I go for Uber Elder, I probably will drop the Enduring Cry, because that's mainly for lab, and the endurance charges are nice, but probably not realistically going to have a chance to get them all up in the Uber Elder fights. So probably drop that and then move my Ash over here, make a 6-link. I'm not sure if I'll keep this chest piece. It's pretty good right now, but I probably can get a lot better if I have a look around and I start thinking about the crafted mods. Also, I could exalt this chest piece, so there's that option, but I'm not sure it's deserving of it, although it's pretty good. So that's how it's been going. Just leveling some gems in my offhand. You know, nothing too major. Got my Conk effect, which I'll put in here because I'm going to do the lab, so you may as well use Conk effect. Haven't looked at the lab layout today, but it seems okay. I don't know if I showed you this belt. This is an older belt. I did actually make this belt here, which would 6.35, 6.495, but I could put a 50 life jewel in here, and I could maybe put blind on hit or fizz damage, but those jewels get kind of expensive, so there is an option for an abyssal belt, or I could get an elder belt with increased life leech rate, because right now I don't need all the resist this belt is giving me. I don't need any of its cold res, so there's some tweaks I could maybe do. I don't need quite as much lightning res, so there's some things there to think about. So we'll wrap the video up. Appreciate you tuning in. If you do, leave a comment, leave a like, or whatever you do. That is the end of day 7 or day 8, and the character is looking pretty good right now. From completely dead day 3 on the league, couldn't even do the lab, really struggling, had to ask on the forums to just figure out what was going on with his Slayer, because my head just wasn't working for some reason. I couldn't figure out the issue. We've now got a ton of currency and a nice solid build. I'm not saying it's going to be able to kill everything. I don't know how it will handle Guardians or higher content. I haven't really messed with the Syndicates. They'll probably one-shot me. I don't really have any defense, but that is how the build's going so far. Appreciate you guys. Catch you later.